Hello, listeners. This is Kat, and welcome back to Put Your Hands Up Podfic. This will be the continuation of Datastream. This will be Part 3, Chapter 3. 2 years later. It was a nice night, cool and brisk, almost no clouds, and a bright moon lighting up the streets. This was the kind of night Shouta liked the most. Really made things easier for him on his patrols. Taking a slight break to slurp down a jelly pouch, Shouta looked up at the stars. He never did forget about that rooftop kid. But he was never able to catch the kid outside again either. Shouta hoped the kid was okay, that he was just being paranoid, or projecting his own experiences onto the kid. Maybe he had a wonderful home life and his parents didn't know he slipped out to watch the stars. Maybe he really was worried about a test at school. "Hey, Eraser. Glad to see you're in the area." Shota's comm usually beeped and had to be answered before the person on the other end could speak, but it seemed the rules of technology don't apply to Datastream. "Data, I literally just sat down," he complained half-heartedly as he put the empty jelly pouch into his pocket and stood, ready for whichever direction Datastream sent him. Poor baby. Is 3 minutes too short of a break? I guess I can always reach out to Cobra instead. He's just as close." Data teased, knowing full well that Cobra was one of the few underground heroes that Shouta hated to deal with. With a growl, Shouta replied, "Just tell me where to go, problem creep." Laughing, Data answered, 5 streets to your left, drug deal going down, but I am almost certain it's not going to end well. I'm almost tempted to have Cobra meet you there anyways. There's 9 of them." Shouta was already heading over there when he had said the direction. "Don't you dare drag that irresponsible lout to my bust, or so help me, Data. I'll never answer another call from you again." "Fine, but you better not get too hurt. I'll call in the takedown as soon as you engage. If you get yourself killed on this, I swear I'll resurrect you just to kill you again." With a snort, Shouta reached the group and the fight began. Finishing up the last of the restraints, Shouta finally let himself lean against the wall and take his weight off the injured leg. He had gotten stabbed, and knew it was just a matter of time before the problem creep was back in his ear telling him off for the injury. He always did when Shouta got injured. "So," Shouta smiled fondly. There was Data, just as he predicted. "Just wondering here, but what part of don't get hurt didn't you understand?" "You specifically said not to get too hurt, and this is just a minor stabbing. Nothing too serious." Shouta tried to defend himself. "Nothing too serious," he says, as if that knife wasn't dangerously close to the femoral artery. "I think I'm going to call Present Mike and let him know you got yourself stabbed. Let him deal with you." Shouta froze. Not from the fact that Datastream clearly knew more about Shouta than he should. No, he'd long since realized this person knew more about everyone than he should. But that he knew just what Zashi would do to him if he was woken up to be told he had gotten stabbed. "Data, please, don't call him. I'm sorry, I won't get stabbed again tonight. Please don't call Mike." Shouta could hear the sounds of several vehicles approaching, and was wondering if there was an ambulance among those, or just the police ready to take away the 9 drug dealers. "If you end your night right now and head home as soon as the medics patch you up, I won't call him. But if you so much as make a single stop on the way home, you'll be greeted by Mike on the phone with me." "Do you threaten all the heroes you work with like this? Or am I special?" Shouta wondered. "If I'm special, what can I do to stop being special?" Shouta could practically hear the deadpan expression in Data's voice when he replied. "While you are my favorite, Eraser, you're not special. I treat all the heroes I like this way." "Sure you do, kid. Sure you do." "I do! Just ask Shroud or Clover next time you see them, or even Mike. You don't even want to know how many times I've had to threaten to call you to get him to do something." Data seemed to pause. Nothing. I've never had to threaten Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. And oh, look, the first officers are here. I'll talk to you later, Eraser. And remember, go straight home." With that, Shouta could hear the connection ending on his comm. Shouta gave a statement to an officer, while the rest were busy dragging the drug dealers into the patrol cars and Medic was tending his leg. Just as Data had said, he was lucky the injury didn't hit the femoral artery. It was really close. Hizashi was going to kill him regardless of if the problem creep called him or not. "Well, that'll do it, Eraserhead. Would you like a ride somewhere?" the officer asked. Knowing perfectly well that Data was still watching and likely listening, Shouta agreed. "Not all the way home. Don't want anyone knowing just where I live, but most of the way would be nice." Shouta got in the passenger seat, and the officer asked him, as they started driving to the area that was given, "What is up with that Datastream person? No one has been able to give me a clear answer. Just who are they?" "I'm not really sure," Shouta answered. "They showed up one night while I was on patrol. I might have been the first hero they contacted." "Really? What was that like?" 1 year earlier. Listen, lady. I'm glad you're okay, but if you don't let me go, I won't be able to catch the guy that almost killed you, Shouta exclaimed to the lady that was hysterically clinging to him, after the mugger who was attempting to mug her had missed with his attack and ran off. As he tried desperately to calm the woman down, he thought to himself, "This is the part I hate most." It took nearly 10 minutes before the completely uninjured woman was able to calm down and go about her business, while Shouta now needed to find the guy who nearly shot her with his gun finger quirk. Now, if I were a stupid mugger with a stupid quirk, where would I go? Shouta muttered to himself as he ran across rooftops, looking for the escaped criminal. He heard the comm he kept on while patrolling come to life, and a timid voice say, "He's about a kilometer to the south." Shouta nearly stumbled. What? Who are you? You're going the wrong way, the voice in his ear whispered. Shouta instantly stopped and started looking around, wondering how this voice knew where he was and where he was going. "How are you doing this?" he finally asked. Are you going to go after him?" Grumbling to himself, Shouta took off in the direction the voice in his ear told him to go, and prayed this wasn't some sort of trap. A few minutes later, Shouta came across the criminal, leaning against a wall, trying to catch his breath, clearly assuming he had gotten away with his attempted mugging/murder. Shouta activated his quirk and made quick work of the guy, calling in the takedown less than a minute later. As he was waiting for the officers to arrive, Shouta decided to reach out to the mystery voice. "How were you watching me?" Just when he was sure the voice wasn't going to answer him, they replied, "I was watching you through the city cameras." "That's not creepy at all," Shouta deadpanned. "Sorry," the person said in such a whisper Shouta almost didn't hear. "Why?" There was no answer for a while, and then the voice, Shouta was sure this was a kid. It just sounded so young, spoke up. "Because you're my favorite hero, Eraserhead, sir." "Kid, how old are you?" Shouta asked. There was no way this wasn't a kid. "I'm 11, he answered. 11? Fuck, okay. What's your name?" Sorry, but I know better than to give my name out. But, before you try to say I'm being a vigilante, I'm not. Yes, I am using my quirk, but I'm not doing anything illegal," he defended himself, suddenly no longer shy. "Right. Nothing illegal. Just hacking into the city cameras, your network comm units, normal things," Shouta countered. "Totally legal." "And that's why I'm not giving you my name," he said. The shyness was back. "Look, problem creep." "Problem creep?" "I'm not going to try to arrest you. You're 11, but I do think maybe your parents should know about the kinds of things you're getting up to. This is not a healthy activity for someone your age." "Datastream?" "What was that, kid?" "You can call me Datastream. It's what I want to call my quirk," he supplied. "What do you mean? Is your quirk unregistered?" If this kid's quirk wasn't registered, that'd make it all the more difficult in finding out who this kid is. "Well, both yes and no," the kid, Datastream, hedged. "It's registered, but I haven't gone to get it updated, so the registration isn't really accurate anymore. My mom won't take me, and I can't make an appointment without a parent or guardian." Shouta was quiet for a few minutes and was sure the kid was gone, but had to ask, "Are you safe at home, kid?" Define safe. Fuck. Shouta pinched the bridge of his nose and was about to say something else when Datastream spoke up again. "The police will be on the scene in about 20 seconds. Have a nice night, Eraserhead, sir. I'll talk to you again soon." Then there was a quiet click in his comm, and he knew Datastream was gone. Present. The kid's been showing up on a lot of hero comms in the past year. He's been a huge help in patrols. Normally shows up nights and weekends, which makes sense since he's probably in school. Shouta paused a little and then said, "Kid, I know you're still listening in. You want to tell me your real name today? Maybe let me get you out of your home." He was answered by a quiet snicker over the radio in the squad car. "Nice try, Eraser. Honestly, it's cute you still try. You and President Mike are the only ones who haven't given up." A second later, just in Shota's comm, Data continued, "That's why you two are my favorites." Once again over the car's radio. "I'm expecting you to stay off your patrol for a few days, Eraser. Don't make me call anyone to yell at you. You know I will." Yeah, I'll stay home for a week. Will that make you happy?" Shota's only reply was a text message from Datastream with a happy face and surrounded by stars. How do you do this stuff, kid? I just want to know." Izuku giggled as he checked the time. 2 a.m. He probably should head to bed. He would need to get up for school in a few hours. As he was changing into his pajamas, Izuku thought over his words again. Kid, I know you're still listening in. You want to tell me your real name today? Maybe let me get you out of your home. Maybe he should. It was getting really hard to just live his normal day-to-day life between his mother's tender treatment and the bullies. Kachan mostly. Izuku couldn't go a single day without a new injury. But would it really be better? Eraserhead wanted to get him out of his current home, but who's to say another home wouldn't be just as bad? Izuku knows full well what the homes are like for kids with weak quirks or villainous quirks. He knows that if people knew he was able to spy on heroes while they're out on patrol, he'd be abducted by a villain and forced to do things he doesn't want to do. So no, he won't tell him. Not yet. Not until he really has to. All right, listeners, this concludes Chapter 3 of Datastream. Chapter 4 will be next. Eager to hear your thoughts and reactions, and as always, thank you so much for listening.